Matt, during the panel session you said that Google was cable's partner, not a predator. Why should cable operators believe that Google is their friend rather than their enemy?
I think firstly look at what people are doing, and people are connecting to video content on more devices than ever before, and the number of people able to do that is going to double. The internet population is going to double between now and 2020. In that world, you want to be able to connect with those people in the ways that they are used to from their mobile devices and that work really seamlessly for them. And what Google can do is complement what great cable companies do with technology like Android TV. So Android is the most popular operating system out there for mobile devices, and by bringing it to the TV, we can bring a much better user experience where the operator can still have control and surface all the services that they want to do, but they've got an environment which is being updated all the time based on the best of what we know from billions of consumers. So that's the kind of way we can partner, and I think we can be really complementary. So today was about hearing what the industry says. They describe us often as being over the top. Hopefully we're not over the top, we're just regular people who are also focused on building great products for users, for the public, for people.
Google is itself getting into video devices such as the Nexus TV player and the Chromecast device. How do you see that evolving, and what do you hope to achieve in that environment?
Well, when I started at Google 8 years ago, Google wasn't into Android, and it was really hard to use your phone to access the internet in a way that worked beautifully. And one of the things we started then was the Android project, and Android's now the most popular operating system for mobile devices. And if you look at the TV today, it's much like the mobile phone was back then. You've got lots of fairly clunky ways of accessing content on TV. And yet our consumers, our customers, our viewers, our subscribers, if you're in cable, are all used to accessing content on a screen in a much faster and smarter way. So Android TV is about bringing what we know about great screen-based operating systems and how you make a great user experience to TV, and working with the industry to make that work for them and for their viewers and subscribers.
Now, we talked about YouTube. What plans do you have for developing paid for or subscription content on YouTube, and what might be appropriate for that platform?
Well, first and foremost, YouTube is incredibly popular. 6 billion hours a month are watched by over 1 billion users, and we work with many in the cable industry to bring YouTube into the set-top box and make it part of the offering. And it's extremely popular. I was just talking to one cable exec before I joined you, who's talking about how do we make that a better experience, let's do more, watch time is growing well. So it's incredibly popular. In terms of how YouTube evolves, what we've seen in the last couple of years is many more professional content creators getting involved, and the growth of what we call multi-channel networks on YouTube, some of them owned by the big studios, some of them developed out of individual content creators in their bedrooms. So we've got a much wider spread of content than ever before. We've started experimenting with a beta around paid subscription for music content. People want to get great music, they want to stream it, they want to download the videos, so we've started to experiment there. I don't know where we'll go with subscribed content on YouTube. I think what we always focus on is what do users want to do and how can we make it easy for them to do that. And so I hope that we'll continue to innovate in partnership with the industry, but focus overwhelmingly on what people want to do with the technology in the web.
Where would you draw the line in terms of Google managing and aggregating and financing content itself? And what would you leave to the content providers on their own?
You know, you always want to be able to innovate, so you don't want to constrain yourselves unduly, but I think our philosophy is very much to be a company that's about computer science and technology. And so YouTube is bringing our science and technology to a community that then uses it as a most amazing creative canvas. So we did some work a couple of years ago encouraging more professional content creators to play with that canvas by advancing some money to some people, advances on future advertising revenues. And I think that was a phase in YouTube's development where we were trying to encourage the professionals to come and play. Where we are today is everybody's playing, everybody's experimenting and using it and learning, and that's great. So I think, you know, we'll continue to experiment, but I don't see us principally as becoming content commissioners. There's a whole bunch of people out there who do that well. I don't think you'd want us doing that. If we did that, I think other people would be more successful. So I think we'll focus on the stuff we're good at, which is building great technology products for billions of users and millions of businesses.
Now, we mentioned advertising. What other innovations does Google have, for example, on the advertising side, to enable content providers to make additional money from putting their content on YouTube?
So one of the things that works really well on YouTube for advertising is skippable ads. So the notion that you can start watching a video and an ad will start playing, and if you don't want to watch it within 4 seconds, you skip it and watch the video. Now in that context, the advertiser pays nothing. If you choose to watch the ad, then the advertiser pays if you watch the whole thing or 30 seconds. That's a brilliant proposition for everybody. It's good for the advertiser because they only pay when somebody actually watches their ad, which is not the case in most other media. It's good for the content creator because we'll share the revenue with the content creator when somebody watches the ad. And it's good for you, the user, because you've got ad-funded content and taking off. So I think that's an example of the kind of innovation we want to see more. It sounds very counterintuitive to have ads that people are allowed to skip. Actually, what it does, it makes people make better ads that people want to watch. And it helps you to find people who want to watch the content that you have if you're a brand. So I think we're seeing a real change in that industry, and I think it's a welcome innovation.